Hey guys, how's it going? Brandon here, and welcome you guys to our brand new Pokemon Remastered Team Builders. For all of you that are brand new to the channel, hi, my name's Brandon. Here on the channel, we do in-game team builders, but I give you guys some very specific parts of the team builders, such as we don't use trade evolutions, we don't use version exclusives. I try to have free physical attackers and free special attackers, no duplicate typings, and when we go for a generation, I don't duplicate Pokemon. So if there's a Pokemon that you love from Generation 4 that isn't in this team, Garchomp for example, and it's not in this team, check the other team builders because it might possibly be in there. I try my very best to give you guys variety and so many different variants that you guys can have fun with and just try something new and try something different, but also trying to give you guys something that's good and couldn't be labelled as the best. But of course, before any team builder that I do on the channel, I do say a quick disclaimer that this is opinion based. If you guys want to change anything about any of the teams, go ahead and do so. It is your journey through the Pokemon games. Whatever you want to use is completely up to you. I'm just giving you a good basis of what you could use. But if you do change anything, definitely make sure to let me know in the comment section below because it is good for the YouTube algorithm. And if you are brand new to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button as well. We're coming up towards 15,000 subscribers. That's the goal I want for the end of 2021. Hopefully we can get it, so I need your support to do that. But without further ado, let's get on with the team builder. Alright then you guys, so up first of course we're going to have our starter, which in this case is Infernape. I decided to make Infernape the first team builder that we ever did as it is the most viewed video on the channel. But actually one of my biggest pet peeves from the original team builder on Infernape is its moveset. I always feel like this is actually the mon in the game out of all three starters through Infernape, Empoleon and Terra. This one's the hardest to get right in terms of movesets. People are funny with close combat because they don't like the fact it lowers your defenses. It's physical. Big physical fire type move is Flare Blitz, which people don't like because of recoil. Obviously there's going back and forth with move tutors and everything. A reminder when it comes to the move sets that it needs to be viable in Diamond, Pearl and Platinum. So if there's a move that isn't on a certain mon, double check that it's eligible in Diamond and Pearl as well. I know there are some moves that you can only get in Platinum. If you're playing Platinum, use those moves. Whatever game you're playing, work towards its strengths and weaknesses. Of course we know that Platinum is the superior of the Generation 4 teams. For all of you guys that are playing Diamond and Pearl, I've got your back. I've got your interest in mind as well. It's not just for Platinum, it's for all three games. So this time around, I've actually gone with a special Infernape. I thought looking at the movesets, when actually doing my research, I did so much more in-depth stuff this time. I was like, no, a special one suits better. Carmine is actually something Infernape can land from the move tree in all three games, so that makes it work. Grass Knot, brilliant special attacking move to hit those water types. Flamethrower and Focus Blast, I understand Focus Blast and Focus Miss, haha. It does miss, but in-game it's not that bad to have. Flamethrower on a special Infernape base 104 special attack with Modest Nature is going to hit really hard and it's going to hit everything super effectively. It's gonna die if it takes a Flamethrower. Base 108 speed, which means we don't need that plus speed nature. We don't need to be timid because it's its quickest stat. And it can take a hit as well. Its defenses are very average, so it can take a hit, especially in games with IVs, EVs, and all that sort of stuff going on in game. You keep that level up. It's a fantastic starter. It's a fan favorite for a reason. It's fantastic. It's our first team member, of course. It's Infernape. On to Pokemon number 2 for the team builder then you guys is probably a fan favourite and probably the mon that I say got the biggest buff with the physical special split coming into Generation 4, and that's Gyarados, because with physical special split it means that it can have physical water type moves and use that base 125 physical attack for good. It's there, it needs to be able to use it. People using Gyarados in Generation 3 and below, it didn't make sense to me. Your stab type move of water is you've got a base 60 stat. It's not worth it, and it's not a flying type. It is a flying type, but having a bounce as its best flying type move, don't use it as a flying type. For all of those, yes, we don't have a flyer on the team. I am going to be the massive person that says use HM slaves. Generation 4 is massive for HMs, with you've got your rock climbing, all that sort of stuff. Use HM slaves. If you tell me what about this, I'm still going to reply to you in the comments because it's good for the algorithm, but HM slaves are the way to go. Waterfall, Icefang, Dragon Dance, Earthquake. It's the best moveset for Gyarados throughout any generation. Waterfall, stab, hits really hard. Dragon Dance, you get +1 with this thing. You can get a Moxie one in later generations. I know Moxie's not a thing in Gen 4. This thing just wins. Earthquake hits those electric types because, again, you're quad 4 weak to electric, which is the downside, but Earthquake does what it needs to do. Icefang, nice bit of coverage. Hit ground types if you need to. It's really good ground type with the flying type ability, you use that against ground types. Icefang, you can hit them. Obviously, you can hit Waterfall on them as well, but again, going back and forth. Grass types, you can use a water type against grass types of Icefang as well. Great stats, great speed, adamant nature. You can get it really early as well. You get the old rod for the first gym, so you can get a magic up, start training up as soon as possible. Fantastic, fantastic Pokemon. It's our second team member. It's Gyarados. Pokemon number 3 then, you guys, and again, before the first gym, you can get well, you can't get a Roserade, but you can get Badoo and then possibly even Roselia, depending on happiness. Roserade is our third team member, arguably probably my favourite grass type to use in game. It just has good special defensive presence and really good offensive presence. With base 90 speed and 125 special attack, this thing hits harder than a lot of people realise. Take into consideration that Gyarados has 125 physical attack, this thing has 125 special attack. They just bounce off each other, and we've gone with that physical fire, water, grass core. I had some guy give me an absolute lecture in my comment section a few weeks ago about how fire, water, grass isn't a very good core. I like to use it. It's just there. I feel like because the game allows it, that you can use it as well. There are certain games where we're not going to be using all three, but for this one it works perfectly. You can get all three of these guys before the first gym, so you can start working on them. Some people just say to wait because they don't like the whole happiness during the day with Badoo, which I can understand. So if you guys do want to wait a little bit later on in the game and grab Roselia, that makes perfect sense. You can get a shiny stone to evolve into Roserade at the end of Iron Island, so you do have a Roselia for a little bit, but it's worth it in the end. Moveset wise, we've gone with Toxic Growth, Giga Drain, and Sludge Bomb. Again, that growth is going to up that special attack, which means Giga Drain and Sludge Bomb are going to do that almost even more damage at the base 125. Giga Drain recovers HP, which means you can take hits and not die. Sludge Bomb, of course, stab. Toxic, just in case there's something bulky on your screen that you really kind of want to chip down at the same time. Something like Cynthia's Milotic, maybe Bertha's Hippowdon. Something that's going to cause a bit of trouble. Click Toxic with Roserade. Get that Toxic off. Maybe do a little bit of stall with other bulky monster on this team later on. And just see what you can do with it. It's a fantastic team member. It's our third team member. It's Roserade. Pokemon number 4 then, you guys, and it's a mon that I think is vastly overlooked in the Generation 4 games. I've used very well competitively as well, and that is Bronzong. This thing actually surprises a lot of people when they decide to use it. Really, really good defenses at base 116 across the board, so it can be physical or especially defensive depending on what way you want to go. The way we've gone with this is a quiet nature, so it lowers speed up special attack, because we've gone with a special one. Like I said, 3 physical attackers, 3 special attackers. I know its physical attack is a bit higher. The reason I've gone with the quiet nature over the modest is because we're not worried about speed. We know this thing's slow. Get rid of that speed. Because if you guys do want to run Gyro Ball, then you can, because I know leveling up can be a pain in the butt sometimes. So if you want to put Gyro Ball on it to make sure that's like a hard hitting move. But in terms of the final moveset, we've gone with a Psychic, Flash Cannon, Shadow Ball, Charge Beam set. Really nice coverage across the board. Of course, Psychic and Flash Cannon are both stab. Shadow Ball to cover its weaknesses to Dark, being a Psychic type, although I don't think the whole Steel buff or nerf was introduced in this gen, so I actually think Steel resists that. But again, you can hit Ghost types with this thing with Shadow Ball. Charge Beam as well for that chance to get a +1 special attack. You start getting these plus attacks with Charge Beam, you're going to start boosting up your special attack while also being able to take hits with those massive defenses. I just think it's a very well-rounded, versatile mon that brings a lot to the team. Considering your grass type is also poison type, meaning that it doesn't resist ground. Giving this steel type levitate, fantastic as well, means you can swap on any ground type move with either Gyarados or Bronzong and do what you need to do depending on it. So yeah, fantastic. You could also go for heat proof if you're worried more about fire type weakness. So a lot of versatility with this mon. It's fantastic. Please use a Bronzong if you haven't considered it already. It, honest to God, will surprise you. It's a fantastic team member. It's team number 4, Bronzong. Pokemon number 5, and even more bulk is here. Considering how much offense I put in the first 3 mons, I was like, okay, we do need some bulk. Yeah, Roserade brings the special bulk, but let's bring some physical bulk in with a steel type. And then probably one of the best physical walls coming out of Generation 4 in Hippowdon. This thing surprises a lot of people. Again, like Bronzong, yeah, it is slow. I haven't gone with a minus speed nature this time because base 47 can still outspeed some slow things in and around, again, based on Ivy's levels and stuff. So we have gone with the Adamant this time because there's no really benefit for the special attack. Earthquake, Crunch, Stone Edge, Icefang. This thing 1v1 Cynthia Garchomp like nothing. Like, easy. Easy. You're worried about that Garchomp, you have a Powdon, you've got nothing to worry about. Icefang beats it and it can barely hit you. because it has base 108 HP and base 118 physical defense. This thing's hilarious. It does so much damage while also tanking so many physical attacks. Base 72 special defense isn't bad either, so it can take a special attack. Really nice coverage. Being a solo ground type as well means that it gets the most stab boost from Earthquake, which means it does a lot of damage. I think people look over this thing because of the whole Sandstream ability. If you can work around it and you don't mind taking a few mons buff from Sandstorm every now and again, it's definitely worth using. Of course, Bronzong also works well a bit in the sense of that it won't get buffed from the Sandstorm. Obviously, of course, make sure that the other 6 actually will, so just keep that in mind. But I think that's the only little minor downside of this mon, but it's not enough for me not to put it in any of the teams because it's just too good in my opinion. Fantastic team member. Use Hippowdon if you haven't already. It's our 50 member, like I said. It's Hippowdon. On to the last team member then, you guys, and before you start smashing your keyboards, yes, I do see that there is no ice type move on this Weevil, but let me explain. So, when doing the team builders, I put all 3 of them together. I did all 3 of them at the same time, so, you know, I didn't get any duplicate mons, physical attackers, split them between them. And Infernape was actually the last team builder that I was doing. I'd finished the Empoleon one, I'd finished the Terra one. Infernape needed one more physical attacker, and Weevil was there, and I was talking to people, and I was like, use Weevil, and I was like, it doesn't get a good ice type move in Diamond and Pearl unless you keep a Sneasel to, I think, level 50, I think 53 for Ice Shard. If you're playing Platinum, get rid of Brick Break, get rid of Aerial Ace, whichever one you prefer. Stick Ice Punch on it, it's going to make it a million times better. But we're still sticking with Weevil because it is still a very, very good mon. And that Night Slash X's a Brick Break, Aerial Ace super effectively. Weevil is still going to do so much damage. Base 120 physical attack, Adamant Nature. Base 125 speed. It's going to outspeed pretty much everything and get a guaranteed hit in straight away. Yes, it is a glass cannon. I understand that. Especially, it actually can take a special hit, surprisingly. Because 70 HP and 85 special defense is around the same as Infernape, so yeah, it can actually take a special hit. Don't let it take a physical hit though. So yeah, this thing actually hits super hard and it's still worth it in my opinion. It can take on other ice types because of having Brick Break. I know we've got Infernape for ice types, don't roast me. But I wanted just to like a bit of coverage. Our flying type doesn't have a flying type move, so Aerial Ace is there. We don't have a bug type on the team, so X's is there for other dark types. Night Slash, hard hitting, critical hits possibly. Make sure you evolve it at night by level up holding the Razor Claw. That's how you evolve it. I always used to think this thing was a trade evolution, which is why it wasn't in the original team builders. But it's still in here. It still does an amazing job. Like I said, if you're playing Platinum, put Ice Punch on it. Do everyone a favour and put Ice Punch on it. If you're playing Diamond and Pearl, I'm sorry. If you want to get Ice Shard, get Ice Shard. Like I said, disclaimer, everything's up to you. But this is the 4 moves that I've gone with. This is the Weevil that we've gone with. Fantastic Pokemon. Please use a Weevil if you haven't already. It's our final team member. It's Weevil. Alright then, you guys, so that is going to be it for our brand new Pokemon team builder Infernape remastered. Best team for Infernape. Screw it, I'm going to put best in the title to gain the views. I really don't care. If you have enjoyed today's video, definitely make sure to hit that like button down below for a show support towards the channel and the series. Click subscribe if you're brand new. Like I said, we're going towards 15,000 subscribers and 90% of my viewer base aren't subscribed to the channel, so do me a favour, help a fellow or a content creator out by clicking that subscribe button. It costs you absolutely nothing. Turn notifications on to make sure that you're notified every single time a brand new team builder comes to life while Hippowdon hovers in front of your face. But let's quickly go through that team one more time for you. So we've got Infernape, Gyarados, Roserade, Bronzong, Hippowdon and Weevil. Very solid. If you want to change anything, like I said, make sure to let me know in the comment section below. But that being said, you guys, we're done for here for now, and I will see you guys next time. Peace!